Good morning. Today we are going to do a little bit of work in the garden. We're going to hill our potatoes. I'm going to do some harvesting and show you guys kind of how we dry all of our herbs.
Today we're hilling our potatoes with straw, protecting them from the light so they don't turn green. Is this the talking you wanted me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Is this what we're doing today?
Yeah. We used straw last year and we found it worked really good. It's easy to harvest the potatoes after, and then we just use the old straw as kind of ground cover for winter, and it just like decomposes into the soil. Straw doesn't mold. Hay will mold and create disease, whereas like straw keeps it dry and doesn't create disease as easy. Plus, it's readily available for us and easier to use than soil to hill the potatoes, and as long as they don't see the daylight, it works just fine. Did a little garden harvesting today. We've got broccoli, thyme, basil, a little bit of sage, oregano, rosemary, parsley. I'm gonna dry the herbs. The broccoli we'll just munch on. Chamomile, strawberries, 2 different varieties. We've got some flowers and escapes, some pansies, and then we use bags and big pansies, yep. And then we've got all different kinds of mint and lemon balm, and we're gonna get these guys into the dehydrator, nasturtiums. That's the name I was looking for. So here is a run that finished in our dehydrator. We've got all of our jars labeled, and as we get more, we just top them up. And this will all be made into salves and teas and soaps and all kinds of things over winter. So these shrivel up quite a bit. You want to make sure that they're fully dry so they're crumbly all the way through. If you feel any moisture, you want to run it again. So these are ones. Okay, well we need, that's chamomile. These are our small pansies. They shrivel up so much, but these are nice and dry. So we'll add them to our jar. We did some red clover, and I think these might need to go. They're pretty crumbly. Oh, they might be all right. But we got them all dried, and we'll use those for teas. They're really good for cough syrup and drinking when you have like a respiratory cold. They are a good expectorant. Okay, let's roll this up.
Let me show you a video in the jar.
Yeah, all right. And just add them to the jar. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna prep the things we brought in to harvest. So I've got this really cool stripper tool, and I'm just going to kind of start stripping the leaves off of certain herbs and off of the mint and getting it ready to go in the dehydrator. Some things are easier to strip by hand than others, especially little things like thyme. It's nice just to use the stripper. So let's kind of I'm gonna do the simple things first. So these are our small pansies, and the reason I am drying the pansies is actually to make flower sprinkles, and I'll do the big ones on the same tray because they will take about the same drying time, and it's really obvious to tell which ones are the big ones and which ones are the small ones. I do put them in separate jars after the drying's done, but that is what they look like ready to go into the dehydrator. Next up, I will just do the chamomile. And I just kind of spread it around. You want to try and have like a single layer just so they dry nice and even. I don't stress about it too much because they do shrivel up so much that if they're like touching or slightly on top of themselves, then they just shrivel up and take space away. But that's about what it looks like when it goes in. So that tray is ready. And I just kind of stack them on top of each other, and then I just carefully take them apart when I get down to the dehydrator. I will do, these ones are bigger, but these are really pretty for flower sprinkles too. Just give a different color variety. So these are the nasturtiums. And we'll put these kind of on this tray. I'll probably just put them with some mint just so that it's like really obvious which is which. Or maybe I'll do it, might do it with some of my herbs as well. I just need to get my painter's tape and marker because I do label kind of the different mints and herbs, because after they're all shriveled up and dried, a lot of the green herbs can look very similar. So take this and then we will go label them. So if I'm only using half, I kind of take some painter's tape and I just divide it and label like what's what. And that just makes it easy for me to remember and put things in the correct jars. So I'll put that on there. It doesn't love sticking to the silicone, but you know. So we have keep wanting to call the nasturtiums calendula, but it's not calendula, it's nasturtiums. Up there. It really doesn't want to stick. And then I think we'll do the chocolate mint. Now my mint is pretty clean, so I'm actually not gonna worry about washing it. I was pretty picky about which leaves I harvested, and if any had like grossness on it, I just discarded them right away. But things that have a lot of dirt and dust or little bugs, I do like to wash. It just takes a lot more time for it to dry when it's been washed. So that is kind of the difference there. And then I have discards that I just discard. So with this tool, it's really cool. You kind of just pick the hole that the stem goes in, and then you pull it through, gets rid of the twig. I will often like break this remaining piece off kind of at the base, and then you're just left with your leaves. Makes it super quick and easy to strip herbs and mint. It was actually a gift I got at Christmas time from one of my sisters, and it is such a good little stocking stuffer. So if you have a homesteader in your life this Christmas, really good idea if they don't already have one. So yeah, we'll just go through. I actually probably should have picked something that I have less of. I have quite a bit of chocolate mint. It might actually need a tray all for itself, but we'll see. And I'm really excited to make chocolate mint tea. We're going to be doing a lot of different tea blends this year, and they will be for sale to our customers, so that's something you guys can look forward to. I am hoping to get a website up and running so that they can be ordered online and shipped. I think that would just be awesome. We've got some family in about 5 hours north of us, and they run like a kind of like a campsite, I guess. And they're going to have a little farm stand too that I'm hoping to send them up some teas for and some soaps and things when I get them. And then we might try and do some farmers markets and maybe even getting into some stores. We'll kind of have to play it by ear and see what happens. But big dreams, big goals. So yeah, that's kind of the plan there. But you will for sure be able to buy teas through us this year. I'm so excited for this chocolate mint tea. It smells so good, and like we've been eating the leaves just by themselves, and I think it's gonna make the yummiest tea. I think it would even be good iced. I'm also thinking of maybe propagating some of my mint so that I could sell little mint starts, because you can't start any of these specialty mints from seed. You have to get them from someone who already has an established plant. And so far this season, most of our mint is doing really, really well. We had a little oops with our apple mint and our strawberry mint that we bought because the goats got to them. So the apple mint unfortunately did not make it. But our strawberry mint survived. It's just really tiny right now, so I don't think I'll be getting any harvest off it this year. But hopefully I can have it over winter and become stronger for next year is my goal. I'm not a huge tea drinker in the summertime, but in the winter when it's dark early and it's cold outside, I love having a cup of tea and reading a book in the evenings. And so I'm really excited to have some different options this year and have some different like flavors and have some healing teas. It's going to be really fun to kind of play around with different flavor profiles as well. If there is a tea that you guys love or would love to see us make, definitely leave it down in the comments and I will see what I can do. Yeah, you can have two. Of chocolate mint is ready. I'm just going to label it. I'll put this underneath and I'll just write choc mint. And that way I'll know. And then I just saved my harvesting Ziplocs. They're all labeled. And they don't stay in there very long, but they're labeled enough so that I know which is which. Which one do I want to put on there? Probably the peppermint or the spearmint. I only have so many silicones, and like these are fairly big, so I don't want little leaves falling through. But yeah, so I got to think about that when I am separating these out. This is spearmint, so that will be the next one. It's amazing how each different variety of mint has its own very unique flavor profile. You better go back and light them on fire. is what the dried herbs look like in the jar. We've got some mint. It really shrivels up in the dehydrator. Chocolate mint. I've got the flour sprinkles. These are the larger ones. And the smaller flour sprinkles, what they look like. We've got some strawberries that I dried out of the garden. I'm excited to use those for granola. And then our chamomile. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that video, feel free to check out the other ones. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That really helps us out as a small farm, and we appreciate each and every one of you.